Hey guys, I'm super excited to introduce you to Cheyenne, a third-year apprentice millwright. Cheyenne, can you tell us a little bit about what a millwright does?
A millwright does a bunch of different things. It's not just like one specific job. We work on and do the installation and then troubleshooting of machinery. So it can be from hydraulics, which is working with oil, moving parts, like that's how all of your tractor trailers and all of your cranes, that's how they move is with hydraulics. We work with pneumatics, which is like the same thing but moving things with compressed air. We can work on engines, motors, pumps,
Right.
anything you can really think of. You can be a machinist, you can take that kind of route, which is making things out of any type of different metal you can possibly think of.
So you'd say no 2 days look the same?
No, definitely
Always doing
not.
something new?
Always doing something new and always learning something new.
So what would you say is your favorite part of your job?
The favorite part of my job is always learning something new and every day not looking the same, because
Right.
I like a challenge and I like to figure things out too. So troubleshooting is another thing for me too. Like there's a problem with a machine or an air dryer and you're there and you're trying to figure it out and then you finally get it. Just the satisfaction of actually fixing it is
Right.
my favorite part of the day.
So would you say that that would be the biggest challenge, is kind of coming across something that you're not familiar with?
It definitely is a challenge at first and it can be frustrating at times, but you're there and you're getting paid by the hour, so there's no point of getting frustrated.
Yeah. And can you speak a bit more to the apprenticeship program and maybe how it's different than the traditional university route?
The apprenticeship program is, I would definitely get everybody to take an apprenticeship program because it's not just helping you out with schooling, it's helping you out financially. After you finish each block, there's grants there out for you to help you out financially if you're struggling or if you need help going to school, you know what I mean, things like that, books. The apprenticeship for me, I feel like I'm learning something new every single day within the trade. So being an apprentice, you're constantly under a journeyman. So if you're nervous or you feel like you don't know anything, you should never ever be nervous to ask, because that's exactly what a journeyman is there for, is to mentor the apprentice.
Right. And women are obviously underrepresented in the trade. So were you nervous getting into the apprenticeship program?
I was definitely nervous. Even being in school, I found it a little challenging because going into the program not knowing, and I was the only female, so showing up again at the dockyard and not having too many females, but
Right.
there's definitely quite a few down there. It's a little challenging, but once you start talking to people, you realize that everyone's there to help and no one singles you out in the least.
So did you always see yourself on this path, or was there something, that clicked in high school that made you think, oh, I want to check this out?
So I definitely had people in my life that were pipe fitters. And I knew I wanted to take a trade. I'm not one to want to sit down all the time. I like to be hands-on. So I knew a lot of pipe fitters in my life and I thought that's what I wanted to do. But I actually took a course called Women Unlimited. And that's actually how I got into the trade I'm in. It is a 15-week course for women, and it brings you through all the different trades. And you can go from trucking to electronics to millwright to electrical, and it shows you do a bunch of different things. And at the end of it, they let you choose which one, and then you're guaranteed a seat in that program. And they don't just show you the trades, they work on like self-improvement and making you feel confident, and they give you a pair of boots at the end of it too, which are the work boots that I still have. So yeah, that's how I got into wanting to be a millwright, because when I went in to go see about pipe fitting, it was just a bunch of pipes and they were welded together, and I was like, so what did you guys do? And he was like, we cut the pipe.
Right.
And then I was like, well, what else did you do? He's like, we cut the pipe and the welders came in and welded it. And I was like, that's not what I want to do. I want to do more. I want
Right.
more of a challenge, more of basically kind of like a struggle, you know what I mean? To
Right.
challenge myself.
And you said you're hands-on. So
yeah.
what other qualities do you think you have that would be a good fit for, females who might be interested in the trades?
Math. I like math, and it's not difficult math at all, but I enjoy doing math and figuring out math problems, and that was another reason why I liked being a millwright, because you work with like small numbers down to like thousandths of an inch.
Would you say that you've always been good with numbers?
Well, starting out, when I went to school, when I took my trade, I went into it not knowing how to read a measuring tape, so that's that, right? But I was in tutoring, and I was tutored multiple times a week, so Just even being good at math, there's no reason why you can never just like learn some new things and scratch up on it.
Right.
There's always room for improvement, right? So.
Right. If you could give one piece of advice to young women who are maybe interested in the trades, what would you say?
I would say to go for it, because there's so many trades out there, and there's definitely a trade for you. Just do your research on what different trades are out there for you. A lot of them do require math, but it's not all hard math. And the Women Unlimited program, if you're unsure of like what you want to do, that would be a perfect chance for you to discover what trade would be the right fit for you.
Right. So women are underrepresented in the trades, specifically women of color. So if you could say one thing to women of color out there, what would you say?
I would say to 100% look up any trade that you possibly can that could maybe fit to you, because I find, myself, I am the only black woman down at the dockyard. We are 100% not represented enough within the trades. I know there's a couple black ladies down at Irving, but I don't think a couple is enough, you know? I think that we need more representation within the trade. So I think black females 100% need to look up Women Unlimited or look into the trade. It doesn't need to be at specifically any college, just look into it. I think we need a lot more.
And do you think with the right programs and initiatives in place, we could see the future change for the better to show more representation?
100%, definitely. I'd love to see fellow sisters, you know, within the trade.
Well, thanks so much, Cheyenne, for being with us today. It was great to chat and get to know you. And thank you for watching, and please go check out our other stories with some amazing tradeswomen.